So thank you for joining us back here on We're Not Really Here. I'm Natalie Pike and I am joined on the sofas today by Richard Dunne and Paul Dickov, and that is half time in the game against Sheffield United, and City are leading 1-0 with that goal from Gabriel Jesus, a goal which is our 650th goal that we have scored under Pep Guardiola. So 650 goals, 4.5 years. That's a pretty decent return. So we're going to have a little look now back at that first half. And before the second half starts as well, we are, of course, going to have a little look at that mystery blue that we talked about in the first, before the game as well. So do stick with us. So, gents, straight away, opinions of the first half, Paul?
Yeah, comfortable. Sheffield United making it really difficult, as they always do, with 5 at the back, and then the 3 midfielders dropping in to not allow any space in between the lines, and then the 2 centre forwards dropping back as well. So 10 defending really deep in their half, but important we got the goal early. Great work by Ferran Torres, and we spoke before the game how great it would be for Gabriel Jesus to get on the score sheet as he has done. Sheffield United not really offering anything going forward apart from the pace of Burke in the break, but not the all-firing City that we've seen of recent, but take it 1-0.
Yeah, we did. We certainly started the game well. So about 8 minutes in there, we get the goal from Gabriel Jesus, and it's, as Paul said, is exactly what we talked about pre-game. Sometimes we know our stuff on this show. We'd hope that we'd get confidence boost for Gabriel Jesus and Ferran Torres, and they teamed up together for that brilliant opening goal.
Yeah, the two of them needed that little boost, I think, and Torres showed his battling qualities. It was in a difficult situation against 2 players, but managed to come out with the ball and a simple pass across. And you could see maybe the lack of confidence in Jesus, that he took an extra touch, a little bit of a stumble, but he smashed it in the end. And I'm sure the relief for him was huge. And we just didn't kick on from there. The Sheffield United made it difficult. You can hear their players on the pitch shouting, "Stay in the game, stay in the game." So they're happy. They're happy at 1-0 down, and they'll wait, and they'll be hoping that City will make a mistake, and it might be further down the line in the game when it opens up and the opportunities come for City to score more.
Yeah, definitely respect to them, because obviously we go ahead after 8 minutes and you do think, this might be a bit ominous. But we did work hard in that first half, Paul. A lot of the possession, around about 71% of possession again. So what did you think? Why did we not kick on and get the second goal, do you think, yet?
I think you've got to give Sheffield United a little bit of credit about how they've defended. They're defending really, really deep. As I said before, they're not allowing any space in between the lines, which we all know that even City's 2 wide players, Gundogan, Fernandinho, whoever it is, they like to get in between the lines in front of their back 5 and in between their midfield, and they're not allowing that. But really comfortable in possession and just waiting. A couple of half chances after that if the final ball's better. But I'm sure Pep, he's never happy, is he, even if we're winning 5-0. But they'll be reasonably pleased at half time. And it's all about, we keep talking about winning 4-5-0 and everything else, and I'm the worst for it. But as long as we get 3 points at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah, absolutely. On this show, I talk about a lot that I really enjoy spending parts of the game working out where people are playing. It's something that I quite enjoy doing now. Some of my kind of things that I noticed in the game today that I'd love your guys' expert opinions on. Foden and Torres on the left and the right hand side, they were playing as wide as you possibly can today. There was at points when I was looking and you could see both of them were pretty much touching the lines. What do you think it is with that extreme width today, Richard? Or is that is that a normal thing for us?
Yeah, I think when City play against a back 5 in general, they go really wide. So they have to defend as a 5. If you come in narrow, they can defend you as a 3. So keeping the players wide makes it a little bit more difficult for Sheffield United to push up. And seeing Zinchenko has taken sort of the Cancelo role today, where he's coming into midfield, and it's just difficult. It just looks like that little zip has gone out of the game. I don't know, maybe it's a dry pitch or whatever it is, but it just looks like it's missing a little bit today. But I think the thought process in terms of keeping the players wide is to try and keep the full-backs back for Sheffield United and make them work harder, and eventually they're going to have to break. They're going to have to come out and try and do something, and that's when the opportunities will arise.
Another thing I noticed as well, at points when we were attacking, it was like we had a front 6 as opposed to front 1 or 2. You had Walker, Diaz, and Laporte and Fernandinho. Everybody else at points was in a straight line. Like we're saying, Zinchenko, going all the way, across to Torres on the other side, literally. So there's like 6 of them up there attacking. It's incredible to see.
It is, but the 6 of them in the line is maybe why it's been comfortable for Sheffield United. The 1 or 2 times that we have tried to move. Gundogan's got in the inside sort of left channel, making a run in beyond. Ferran Torres done it just before half time, where he came short and he spun in behind. And City at the best when they've got the ball, but they need to have runners in behind as well, because the back 5, 6, 7 or whatever is at Sheffield United, they're just strewn across the pitch, and it's quite easy to defend like that. It's okay keeping the ball, but at some point you have to have 1 or 2 players that's willing. They might not even get the ball, but it's taking the Sheffield United defender's eye off it, and they're going to have to go with them. That will create space for somebody else.
What would you like to see change then in the second half, Paul, do you think?
Just maybe a few more attempts on goal. I've got all the possession, and as I said, usually we're fantastic about interchanging, especially in the final third. It seems to be a little bit like Richard said, they're a little bit static at the minute. There's not the movement that we've seen over recent games, and whether that's from Gundogan, as I said, or from Phil Foden coming in from out wide, from Torres, or for Gabriel Jesus, just to move the Sheffield United back 5 around a little bit.
Yeah, it did feel like they were growing in confidence, Sheffield United, as the half went on as well. We could do a coming out in the second half in a similar vein to we did in the first half to try and stop that confidence growing any further, Richard.
Yeah, you want to get the second goal as quick as you can. It's always going to be on a knife edge until they do get it. So it's important that they come out and try and play again. But City are winning. There's no need to go gung ho. They can control the ball, play it around, and eventually the opportunities will arise. And whatever happens in this game, Sheffield United, they'll want a point at least. So they're going to have to attack. They're going to have to come out, and that's when, I keep saying it, that's when the spaces will go.
I just think we've been spoiled. We're sitting here winning comfortably 1-0, and it's as if we're getting beat. That it's not 3 or 4. But I'm sure, like Richard said, we get the second goal. Even before we get the second goal, Sheffield United are going to have to come out at some point, and that will leave the spaces for us to exploit.
Absolutely. You're so right, Paul. We're sat here going, why have we not scored more than 1? Well, 1-0 up, that's absolutely brilliant. It's half-time, and, if it finishes that way, I'm absolutely fine with that. So you know that we love hearing from you. We love it when you use the hashtag WNRH to get in touch with us across social media. We love to hear what you think of the game, your score predictions. We love seeing how you're set up at home, and, of course, taking part in Mystery Blue as well. So we have had loads of tweets coming through for you today. So we're going to take a little look at some of those now. So there's guesses coming in for Mystery Blue, but we're going to hold off for that for a second. So starting off there by Tony Yates says, brilliant by Ferran Torres. Nice little goal, Gabriel Jesus. 1-0, boom. I like that. Man City Extra with a brilliant stat. Ferran Torres and Gabriel Jesus are the youngest 2 Man City players to combine for a Premier League goal this season. And that came via the wonderful Squawker. Where did they get these stats from? That is insane. Trey says, Man City, what a pass from Diaz. I almost thought it was Kevin De Bruyne. We love that. Ryan, with a brilliant profile picture of Bernardo Silva, says, Man City, Ferran, you absolute star. And then we've got the next Vincent. And that is a picture of Taylor Harwood-Bellis as your profile picture. I like that. Incredible by Ferran. Great run. Happy for Gabby. He needed that. Great start. And then we've got Jen, and that is a picture from Star Wars, and I am also feeling that. That is the guy that says, he's a trap. My Star Wars, that was an awful impression. I love Star Wars. And anyway, the tweet, more importantly, says, beauty from Ferran and Gabby with a fire sign. And then David James is tweeting us. Hi, David. I need to tell you, David, I thought you were on The Masked Singer here in the UK. I was convinced it was you, and it wasn't. It was Glenn Hoddle. So for our UK viewers, I thought David was on The Masked Singer, but he's not. David says, interesting game, Man City versus Sheffield United. Ferran Torres is the man to watch. Thank you. And then Clara says, oh, no, I'm not going to that one yet. That is Clara's guess on Mystery Blue. There is one tweet that I do also want to read as well that I saw come in, and we just want to send lots of love to Jenny Barstow and her family. Jenny has sent us a tweet of a wonderful picture of her dad, and it looks like it's outside the Etihad, and he's got a huge smile on his face. And Jenny has let us know that her dad, True Blue, Daryl Barstow, has passed away this week, and he will be missed by his 9 children, his 28 grandchildren, and his 18 great grandchildren. Wow. Daryl, what an amazing legacy. So Jenny, we send all of our love to you and your family. So yes, you can always get in touch with us using the hashtag WNRH. We read out some of your tweets. We put some of them on the screens in the stadium and stuff, so it's always worth getting in touch. So let's do the mystery blue. We all talked about it as soon as we came off air, and we were all pretty much guessing the same person. What I like though about this is I'm going to let Richard talk you through what his thinking was, because you thought you recognised the pose.
Yeah, and I don't know where I've seen him. I don't know whether he's complaining or he's celebrating, but I think it's Martin Petrov.
Dickie?
If he wasn't celebrating, he was complaining though, Martin, wasn't he? So I think, I did think there was a hint of Jack Rodwell about it, but I'm going to go with Martin Petrov.
Yeah, I don't get told the answers. My instant impression there as well was that it was Martin Petrov as well. And on Twitter, you guys are also agreeing with this. Carl Sproston says the mystery blue is Petrov. Clara says the mystery blue is Petrov. But we do have the Bertiful South, brilliant name, who thinks it's Alano. So there is different thoughts there. At full time in our coverage, we will let you know who it is, but I'm pretty sure I'm having that as Martin Petrov. I think we're going to need to get a more difficult one for next time. Now we also do have, as you know, we have the amazing junior citizens that get to take part in a fan wall before every game. This goes up in the tunnel so that when the players are running out, they can see some of our amazing junior citizens waving to them as they run out. And this is them celebrating our goal today by Jesus, our wonderful junior citizens. And all our junior citizens on there represent you City fans from around the world. So we love you guys. Thank you so much. And hopefully you might get a chance to celebrate another goal in the second half. So the second half will be starting in a minute. Richard, what do you think about... Oh, no, I'm sorry, Richard. I've just remembered. We said we were going to look at pictures of Paul.
Yes.
And we don't want to run out of time to do that.
Enjoyable.
I want to know your opinion.
It's not more enjoyable, trust me.
Of course, before
Lovely.
before the game, we talked about the amazing official supporters group of Pune, and Paul had us, of course, been there, because Paul's been to the official supporters club of every part of the world. And Paul, you kindly shared with us some of these amazing pictures from your wonderful trip.
Yeah, it was just an amazing bunch of people in general, you know. But I said before the game, their love for Manchester City, their passion for Manchester City is just amazing to see, and their knowledge. And it was a real honour for me to go over there and visit, and hopefully I'll be back soon. Hint, hint.
Richard, you need to get over there with him. Like, he's around the world, this guy.
He's been everywhere. He's not invited me anywhere, so it's hopefully next time.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here. Half-time, we're not really here. The score is 1-0 between Manchester City and Sheffield United. You can listen to amazing match commentary on the City app from Alistair Mann. That is every single game he does that. And we will, of course, be back here as soon as the full-time whistle goes. Enjoy the second half.
So City already underway in the second half, knowing that they probably need a second goal to absolutely see